Well, how are you doing out there on Facebook Live? Thanks so much for joining us right here from the crossroads of the world in Times Square, New York for today's Spotlight series. So we're thrilled to welcome a fantastic company and a wonderful CEO. So it's Everbridge, Nasdaq listed since 2016, and we're thrilled to welcome Chief Executive Officer David Meredith. David, thank you so much for joining.
Thanks, Rob. It's great to be here.
Well, I always like to start there. So you were recently appointed CEO. Congratulations. You joined in June?
Yeah, joined in early July.
Oh, and
yeah.
So what drew you to the company, and what can you tell us about it?
That's a great question. Everbridge is a mission-driven company, and our mission is to keep people safe and keep businesses running faster. So the power of that mission just drew me into the company, and it's been a great ride so far, and I'm really excited to be at Everbridge.
Well, again, congratulations. If we can get right to the message of the place, too. So what can you tell us about the verticals you work in or the services that you provide to protect those clients of yours?
So Everbridge is creating a new category called Critical Event Management, or CEM.
Right.
A lot of people talk about CRM, so you've got to have a three-letter acronym nowadays. So
we got plenty of those.
Exactly.
Talk
so
about yours.
Critical Event Management. Every company has things that they care about, their employees, their assets, their brand. They also have things that can happen that can impact those things that they care about. Could be an extreme weather event, a cyber attack, an IT outage, a terrorist attack. When those two converge, that is a critical event.
Right.
What we do is to help companies to be prepared to mitigate those so they hopefully never happen, and if they do happen, to mitigate the impact to the company, to protect your employees, protect your assets, protect your brand as a company or as a city or as a government.
And when it comes to critical event management, David, what can you tell us about the certain drivers or market drivers that are fueling this new category of yours?
Yeah, so on the bad side, the rate of increase continues to go up for bad things happening. Right. So if you look at the data on cyber attacks, on IT outages, on terrorism, on mass shootings, all of those are increasing.
Right.
The good news is there is technology and best practices that can help you be prepared and mitigate that. And some of the big technology trends that are happening that we're able to benefit from, one is big data.
Right.
So we now have over 16,000 data elements on risk data.
Wow.
So we can predict what's happening, and we can hopefully help you avoid having a critical event impact you. But if it does happen, we're able to let you know within minutes and seconds versus days or hours what's happened, and so you're prepared and able to respond very quickly. So big data is one driver.
Right.
Internet of Things is a big driver now. Right. It's predicted that there'll be 75 billion devices on the internet in the next few years.
Wow.
So that dramatically increases the coverage and complexity of what an organization has to care about and protect in a critical event. Also, mobility is a big factor. It's great that a lot of people are able to work from home now. Almost 75% of employees are remote or work from home.
Sure.
So it makes it a little more complex to keep track of and protect all those people, and that's what our technology helps the companies be able to do. And then on the government side, you're seeing a lot about smart cities. So we have something called Visual Command Center, VCC, which is part of our CEM suite.
Right.
And that's a single pane of glass that lets you look at all of the different data that's coming through for your business, or if you're a city, for your city. And there's a lot of exciting use cases around smart cities that we can support as well.
So when it comes to this coverage, David, the complexity, the mobility, I was looking at your client list before, and it certainly covers a wide spectrum. Is there some commonality to them? Are they worried about things in common or looking at the same type of data and seeing different inputs?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, in today's world, it's less a question of if something's going to potentially impact your business, but when and what type of an event and how prepared can you be. So we have leading customers in every industry vertical. So healthcare, we have over 1,200 healthcare customers.
Right.
We have about 4,800 enterprise customers across multiple industry verticals. We're sitting in New York City today, so we have the state of New York, we have the city of New York, we have the largest metropolitan authority in the country, the New York Metropolitan Transit Authority. We have all of the major airports, train stations, the Office of Emergency Management, and then we also have big private sector customers like most of the Wall Street banks, and retailers like Tiffany's. So really blue chip customers across multiple industry verticals use our system to help keep their people and their assets safe, keep their businesses running, and if there is something that happens, get the business back up and running very quickly.
And I was noticing too, it isn't just in the United States or North America, but you have quite the international footprint as well. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so on the banking side, we're signing up big banks in Asia right now.
Wow.
But what's really exciting is this concept of the network effect.
Yeah.
So if you look, for example, recently there was Hurricane Dorian that hit Florida.
Right.
So we have the state of Florida. We just did a 5-year renewal that we announced in July. So then we've also got 64 counties out of 67 in Florida, 26 cities, 18 universities,
Wow.
29 healthcare entities, all the transportation. So when you put all that together, we're able to use the data to create a regional resiliency ecosystem that supports and helps all of our customers. And then they can opt in to share data on a public or private network on an opt-in basis
Right.
to help them be more resilient. And that's very powerful to be part of that ecosystem, be part of that network effect. So what's very powerful and what I think the market's starting to respond to about Everbridge is what we've done with those ecosystems at the state level and within industry verticals like healthcare.
Right.
Now we're doing it for entire countries. So we recently announced that we were awarded the country of Australia, and we just announced that we've gone live and operational with our 4th country in Europe. And there's some other countries coming online, Singapore, and there's another country that we've announced. We can't say the name of it yet, but we'll hopefully be able to announce that soon in another region of the world. So if you look at the potential for future growth, the European Union is now mandating that all of the EU countries have to have a system like ours in place for population-wide alerting
Right.
by June of 2022. So we're excited to partner with those EU countries to hopefully help them as well.
And it makes me think of 2 questions because you clearly have a lot going on. But one of them is when you're differentiating yourself or you're talking with one of your potential clients, public or private sector, what's the differentiator or what problem are you helping them solve?
So we are the leader in this space. We helped to pioneer the category several years ago, and we've been able to build up hundreds and hundreds of use cases for all different industry verticals. So when a critical event is happening, we're able to get all of the risk data and monitor that in real time, both in an automated way and with humans assisting, and to shorten the cycle time to know something's going to happen and be able to be prepared for that. Once we know something's going to happen, we have digitized the response to that. So we've digitally transformed how enterprises can respond to critical events. And then we manage the communication, the collaboration, the orchestration throughout the critical event. And then also after the critical event, what are you going to do to help respond after the fact, which is sometimes even more important than what you're doing during the event. So we bring a full end-to-end set of capabilities with our CEM, Critical Event Management Suite, and it's a SaaS offering. So we really have the broadest, most robust capabilities in the industry, and we are the largest, fastest growing company in this space.
And it's amazing, you're a true innovator and you found the need and the niche. So I have to do this, by the way. We're here at Nasdaq as well, where you are listed, and we love having you. You had some results. So for all of your innovation, it certainly is yielding fruit on the investment side. So you just had some your earnings. It was actually your first earnings?
Second earnings.
Second, so second one too. Yeah, it's not every day that we see from strong earnings a $2.5 billion company going up 20% in a day. So congratulations on that. I was pointing that out. So 2 questions for that. What drove it, and then what next?
Well, thank you for the positive feedback.
Oh, that's
we're really focused on building a company that will be successful for the long term. So every quarter, we're reporting on additional CEM suite customers that are coming online. We're reporting on a number of large deals that we've won, and reporting on some of the new advances we're making, both in the state and federal space. So I think people are excited about the fact that we've, not too long ago, got FedRAMP compliance. So it's very difficult to get FedRAMP compliance. There's 325 different areas that you have to get checked off to be able to be FedRAMP compliant. So we're HIPAA compliant, FedRAMP compliant, C5 compliant in Europe. So we try to get all of those. We're really becoming the standard for the industry, and I think people are excited about that. We also are getting really good traction in the state and local. So we announced that we won the state of California, which is the largest state deal that we've ever won. So you look at what we've been able to build in Florida with that ecosystem, where you win the state of Florida, then you've got 200 other entities, including a lot of big corporations as customers. We're going to look to repeat that same kind of an ecosystem effect in the state of California, which has twice as many people. So these are all good progress milestones that people see, and I think they're getting excited about the company as well.
So we're not done yet.
No, definitely not.
Not by a long shot, too. Well, David, like I said, you've got innovation here. You identified a need. There's entrepreneurship going on, and I always like to end here. A lot of our viewers out there, like we talked about before, they're sitting in dorm rooms or at the proverbial kitchen table or in that incubator, and they're thinking about starting the next great technology, innovation, hopefully Nasdaq listed business or career. So what would your advice be to our young viewers out there?
Well, I say follow your passion. And if you're
Great advice.
passionate and excited about what you're doing, it doesn't feel like a job. One of the things that's great about Everbridge, we have, we call them Bridgers, our Everbridge employee team. The Bridgers really care deeply about our customers, care deeply about the mission of keeping people safe and businesses running faster, and care about each other. So if you can feel that passion for what you're doing, and if you have an opportunity to contribute to society and do well by doing good, that's a great benefit. So I would encourage people to look for those sorts of opportunities based on what motivates them.
Passion and commitment. Well, David, thank you very much for your time today. Congratulations on all you've accomplished so far as CEO. We know we're going to see you back here at Nasdaq again, and we're thrilled to be a partner.
Great. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you very much. And out there in Facebook Live, thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you out there next time.